welcome. Today we're gonna talk about Ursula K. Le Guin and her famous short story, The Ones Who Walk Away from Omelas. Ursula K. Le Guin was born in 1929 in Berkeley, California. She studied literature and was deeply influenced by anthropology and philosophy. She wrote fantasy, science fiction, poetry, and essays. Her books explore themes like gender, power, and society. One of her most famous works is The Left Hand of Darkness, but today we focus on Omelas. She won many awards, including the Hugo and Nebula, and was a strong advocate for feminists and pacifists. She passed away in 2018, but her ideas still inspire us. Plot summary. The story begins with a grand festival in Omelas. People are celebrating, children are playing, and the city is full of music and joy. Everything seems perfect. But then the narrator reveals that the dark secret, the suffering child. The child is malhermous, afraid, and alone. It cries for help, but no one will save it. When young citizens of Omelas learn about the child, they are horrified. They struggle with guilt and sadness, but they are told that the city's happiness depends on the suffering of this child. If the child were freed, all of Omelas would fall into chaos of misery. Most people eventually accept this reality. They push aside their emotions and continue living their happy lives. But some do not. A few individuals, sometimes young, sometimes older, cannot accept this idea. They make a silent decision. They leave Omelas walking alone into the unknown. No one knows where they go. They simply walk away, disappearing into the darkness. This makes us reflect on our own world. Do we also live in a society where some suffer so the others can be happy? How much are we willing to ignore for our own comfort? Society in Omelas. Now let's talk about Omelas, the setting of the story. At first, it seems like the perfect city. There is no war, no suffering, no crime. People are joyful, celebrating life with music, dance, and art. Omelas is a utopia. The people there are not ignorant or simple. They are intelligent, sophisticated, and full of life. They have technology, but they only use what they truly need. They don't have kings, rules, police, or soldiers. But behind this paradise, there is a terrible secret. The happiness of Omelas exists because of the suffering of one innocent child. The child is locked in a dark, filthy room, neglected and miserable. Every citizen of Omelas knows about this child. At some point in their lives, they are told the truth. Some are shocked, even angry, but in the end, most of them accept it. They convince themselves that the child's suffering is necessary. This makes us reflect on our own world. Do we also live? Well, we can see how in this story of Omelas, people have the option to stay or the option to leave. And if you stay, you are gonna live with the thing that the person, a child, is suffering for you to have your lifestyle and your happiness. And this is really strong. And I believe this story is not an utopia, it's a dystopia. Because if one people of the city is suffering, make this kind of utopia a dystopia. Well, that's what I think. And if I connect it to real life, we can see how in our society, some tracks of the society are suffering and they're not having the life they deserve. They're not have the human things that are really important covering, like water, like internet, like opportunities, education. We can see how a fract of the society are not having same opportunities to have the same jobs and the same information to grow inside the capitalism. So connected to real life, I can see that this story is really strong connected, and make us reflect, is an utopia could be possible in our world. I believe it can't, but we can make solutions. We can make opportunities to everyone. We can make programs from education that could be online to everyone have access for, and that's what I think. That's kind of my solution, education, and I believe this world could be a better place, reflecting in this Omelas story to connect it to the real life. Thank you.